Minnesota fraud, Nick Shirley, what happened?
Hi guys. This is pretty much Jonathon Daily.
I'm going to post a couple clips here, so just give them a watch.
We're in the middle of a strip mall here inside of this neighborhood.
In fiscal year 2025, this facility sheds its license for 74 kids. It's paid $1.26 million in tax money. And there are no kids, and all the facilities are the same way, all of them.
Let's see if anyone opens.
Yeah, let's see.
Once again, I try to find a spot for my son Joey, and they would not open the door.
I want to put my son Joey in daycare because I need a spot to put my son Joey. Is this your daycare center?
No, I work there. What's happened?
I just want to put a child in daycare, but all the daycare centers seem to be closed. No one's opening the doors.
You work here?
I was, yeah. What's happened?
Where are the kids?
Yeah?
It says it's licensed for 74 children. Right here, state of Minnesota. Where are the kids? They got paid $1.26 million in fiscal year 2025. It says they have a capacity for 74 children.
When?
Where are the kids? Right here. State of Minnesota website. You work here and you don't know?
I don't know. I was there before. I don't know what's going on.
Were there any kids when you worked here?
He's there. Kids there. What's
How
up?
many?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Yeah.
You worked here. Okay, well then you're not of any help.
Can I put my son in a daycare here?
No, I don't know.
Can I speak to someone?
No, I don't know.
No? Yeah, I would like to see if I can put my son Joey here.
Who's your son, Joey?
My son Joey. Can I check out daycare center?
How do my son? No!
Do you put your kid here in this daycare?
No.
There is one child in there. Yeah, I'd like to know if this is a legit business.
Me, I'm scared of you too. How come I explain everything?
You're scared of me?
Yeah.
Why?
Because of your curry.
Because of my color. You said you're scared of me because of my color. Does that make you a racist?
Yeah, no.
But
No.
you said you're scared of me because of my color.
I'm not saying you're racist.
You said you're scared of me because of my color. That makes you a racist. So right now,
This is my
they're all
tax
getting mad because he's showing the
I
paperwork
don't
of
know
this
that.
business being registered as a business. 74 children,
I've
no
lived my
children.
whole life
We
here.
saw one child when the lady opened up the door.
So
But now
where did
they're
this
all
money
getting mad.
go? What was this money spent on? 1.26 million. What was that money spent
ask the
on?
owner.
There aren't any kids.
Ask the owner and the kids.
Well, then why are you talking
That's
for the
not my
owner
proof.
if you're
That's
telling me
not
to
my
talk
proof.
to the owner?
I'm sorry. I'm not understand what you're talking about.
Do you have a child here?
No.
Does anybody?
No.
Where are the 74 kids? Did you lose them? Did you lose these kids? Do I need to call someone? Do I need to issue an Amber Alert for missing children? Are these children missing? It's not my business that children are missing. 74 infants and toddlers, preschool.
The proof's right there. There's no children anywhere.
It's from the state of Minnesota right here.
Here in Minnesota, massive fraud is taking place within the government and the Somali population. Here, this building alone, Quality Learning Center, is a daycare, yet they spelled learning wrong and they said leering. This daycare alone in 2025 has received $1.9 million from the government. And the strange things about these childcare centers is there's no one here right now. It's midday on a weekday. And if you were to try to go inside, it's completely closed and the windows are all blacked out. No one's working, midday. Children should be in here. And this place is licensed for 99 children. And this is the outside. There's no windows, no nothing. And like I said, they literally spelt the word wrong on their sign. This is open and blatant fraud taking place here inside of Minnesota. The government is complicit with this, and this is just one of the hundreds of child daycare centers here inside of Minneapolis being ran by the Somali population. It's sad that it's happening here in Minnesota, and it stinks that it's happening and it's being labeled on the Somali population. However, that's just the facts of what's happening here inside of Minnesota. $1.9 million for this daycare center that can't even spell learning right.
Minnesota's largest welfare fraud case has been exposed, and multiple individuals involved have already been arrested and are now cooperating with investigators. One daycare facility couldn't even spell the word learning correctly, yet still received $4 million in public funding. Independent journalist Nick Shirley attempted to enroll his son in several taxpayer-funded daycare centers across Minnesota. Every location he visited was completely empty. He then exposed what was really happening. Videos show that some of the listed daycare addresses had no children at all. Some locations were vacant buildings or private residences, yet they had been collecting government subsidies for years. Nick Shirley and his team conducted on-site investigations, knocking on doors one by one. In front of the camera, some refused to answer, some shut the door immediately, and others suddenly changed their story, denying everything. One daycare facility specifically named in the investigation reportedly received around $1.9 million in public funds in 2025. Yet during filming and site visits, the location was completely vacant. State authorities and law enforcement have now launched formal investigations.
So what do you think about this daycare center? They spelled learning wrong. They've received over $1.9 million this year alone, and they're supposed to have 99 children here.
I don't see it.
99 children.
Have you ever seen any children here?
None at all.
This year they got 1.9 million. Last year they got 1.5 million of your tax money for 99 children. We just want to know where are the kids.
I've been here since 2017. I haven't seen anybody like
Never
that
seen
here.
a child here.
No, not at all.
And how does that make you feel knowing that this place is receiving
Disgusting.
$1.9 million?
Disgusting. I mean, what the hell? They stealing the money. That's a federal grant too. That's, if they get caught for that, it's a federal offense.
And do you think Tim Waltz should go to jail for all the fraud that he's enabled here in his state?
That's him doing this? What the heck yeah.
They even spelled learning wrong on their sign for a place that's supposed to be educating children.
That's crazy. Who runs it? Who supposedly runs it?
Somalians. Oh my God. So this daycare center is literally just a place to traffic money. $1.9 million just this year alone. And this guy's been living here for 8 years and has never seen a single child walk through those doors.
So yeah, the clips speak for themselves, but I'll give you my take. I mean, this Nick Shirley did a great job, and this guy has blown up. He's been doing this for years now. I think he's only 23, so hats off to him. Keep fighting the good fight out there, Nick, and I'll pray for your safety. But all he did is just knock on a couple doors of these daycares in Minnesota. And if you just look up how many daycares are in Minnesota, it's rampant. And I believe there's statistics on this. 80% of the Somali community, 8% of the fraud here is being committed by the Somalian community, which were essentially just brought in full stop. Minnesota went from about 1% Somalian to almost 15 or 20% now. There's millions of them there, and they're just opening up these daycares, and there's a funnel of money. There's a program that Tim Walz started in which, as long as you open up a daycare and you have documentation, in which they just made up these documentation, they made up students, and they said this amount of students is enrolled here, so they just multiply that. Okay, you got 1, 5, 10, 15 students, 20 students, 30 students. That's times however much each student is worth according to the government. And then they were sending millions of dollars to these learning daycare centers, one of them which is called the Leering Daycare Center, because they can't even spell learning correctly. And yes, this is all going on the dime of the Minnesota taxpayer. Ridiculous. And if you just watch these clips, you know. He knocks on the door, asks this one lady, can he get just some paperwork? He's thinking about enrolling his child there, little Joey. Of course, he doesn't actually have a child. And you could tell the lady doesn't know what to do. And you just know it's blatant fraud. Blatant fraud. They ask neighbors who have been in that area, living right next to the daycare for 7, 8, 9, 10 years. And these people said they've never seen one child there. And this is not something new. This has been going on for 10, 15 years, especially in Minnesota, but also in other places such as Ohio, any state that has these daycare funding programs in place. And yes, this is why we need DOJ to go through and make some major cuts, because taxpayer money is not being used. If you want the government involved in it, bet your butt that there's going to be a lot of fraud and a lot of corruption going on in that area. Again, hats off to Nick Shirley. Great job. And all it took was a pair of cojones and going and knocking on the door to these places and asking simple questions to know they're committing blatant fraud. And then CNN tried to fact check Nick Shirley, and they went and actually called these daycares, and only one answered. That tells you enough. What kind of business doesn't answer the phone ever? And then only one of them answered, and that might have been the one that was running legitimately, or at least had a story to tell and was answering the phone. So good job, Nick Shirley. For the latest in case updates, legal tips, news, and politics, make sure to like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram and our other socials, and above all, subscribe on YouTube to get your dose of excellence on a daily basis.